Hey everybody, happy Be Free Friday. Amber here. I hope you're all having a great week and that you have awesome plans this weekend. Today I just wanted to have a real honest talk with you about something that I hope inspires you and speaks to you where you're at. So here is the situation. On Friday, my husband and I, we'd been saving up and we went and bought a new car because our old car was not running anymore and it was just time we needed to make that decision. And so we'd been planning for months and we saved up and we got a new car on Friday. Well, Saturday, we had planned to go out of town with my family, and while we were out of town at a tourist attraction, someone broke into my new car, busted the window out of it, and stole my mom's purse and my diaper bag, which also had my wallet in it, and immediately started trying to spend money on our credit cards. So the last few days, I have been on and off the phone with the police all day, or at the car dealership trying to get my car repaired, or at the bank trying to get my bank accounts and credit cards canceled, and trying to figure out if I need to get a new license. This has been the first day since we've been broken into that I haven't been doing one of those things. So it's been a real stressful week, and so I've just been praying through all of this situation for God to use it as an opportunity to teach me and to speak to me through it. And He did, which is awesome. But like always, it's never what I would expect God to say. It's always, when it's from Him, it's always something that you don't really expect. Isn't that right? So I'm doing a Bible study right now by Kelly Minter. If you don't know who she is, go look her up. She's awesome. And the Bible study is called All Things New. It's really, really great. I would highly recommend it. But this week's Bible study is focusing on generosity, which, as a person who doesn't even have a credit card or debit card to use right now, generosity is probably the last thing on my mind. To be completely honest, there is not really any room in my brain for thinking about giving right now, because all I'm thinking about is trying to keep my life from falling apart because someone stole from me. But we're reading through 2 Corinthians, and in 2 Corinthians 8, there's a verse that talks about how Jesus poured Himself out, and even though He was rich, He made Himself poor for us. And Kelly said something really awesome about how even if, she gives to a ministry and she feels led to even pay an annual amount or a regular amount to a ministry, she does so by making herself less rich. She doesn't go from being rich to poor because of what she pours out and gives to a certain ministry. While Jesus went from rich to poor. He gave so much that He made Himself poor on our behalf. And so God has just really convicted me this week with my level of generosity. When something like this happens, when you have been stolen from, I think your first reaction, at least my first reaction this week, is to zip up the change purse, close off your bag, close up your wallet, and not even think about giving money to anyone else. And I feel like it's that way with our hearts too. There's a lot of ways a person can be stolen from. Maybe you haven't been robbed physically. Maybe you haven't had your car broken into. But maybe you've been robbed of dignity in some ways in your life. Or maybe you've been robbed of a relationship that you had cultivated and poured so much into. There's a lot of ways a person can be robbed, and I feel like we've all been robbed in some ways. And our first reaction to that is to close off our hearts. And so my word to you today is that if you're a believer, you don't get to close off your hearts. I do not get to stop giving, stop giving my tithe, stop giving money generously. I don't have that option because as a believer in Christ, we are called to pour ourselves out the way Christ poured himself out. And so whatever has been robbed from you today, I promise you that the Lord will restore it to you at some point in time. It may not be here, it may be in heaven, but God promises to restore all things that are lost and all things that are broken. And so we don't get to close off our hearts. So if you're tempted today to close off your heart or close off a portion of your life in any way, I just want to encourage you to stay open. The Lord calls us to do that, and he will bless us in that. So I hope that you guys have an awesome week. I am so encouraged this week. Thank you, everyone on our Be Together community group who has reached out and encouraged me. I let everybody know about this on Monday right after it had happened. And so I love you guys. You are so awesome. And I just pray that the Lord blesses you and encourages you this next week. Have an awesome weekend. Bye.